Hey, it's Brother Chad, Gangster Custom Build, G.C.B. Been working on my cobalt for about 3 years now. And I sealed it, I primed it. Now I got the guide code on it. Let me show you. I put a body kit on it. This is my cobalt. I got the guide spray on it. Sprayed it heavy where I know the seams are. You know, wherever I seam the body with it. And as you can tell, you know, it don't even look like a Chevy Cobalt anymore. You know, like I said, wherever I know I seamed it, I sprayed it a little bit heavier. But I wanted to show you my latest project that I've been working on and finally got time to work on it, finally got the money to work on it. But some folks, they're like, oh man, it look good with just a primer on it. Well, I wanted a guide code on it. I want it perfect. Any imperfection, any little dent, I want to know about, because I'm going back to the factory color, blade silver, so I want to make sure it's right. We got some pictures and stuff that's going to be up on the website on of what it looked like before I primed it and everything. But it's Brother Chad, G.C.B. I'll keep you updated. Hey, it's Brother Chad, G.C.B. Gangster Custom Build. I'm working on my 09 Cobalt. I had to break out the camera because my Google Drive ain't working for some reason. I got a few videos uploaded on what the car looked like, you know, before it got primed, and after it got primed it looked damn good. But I sprayed the guide code on it, and I'm about to sand it off. I'm going to show you the whole purpose of guide code. I did one corner last night, but I'm going to show you on the other corner what it what it looks like and how you do it. But I'm gonna walk you around the car so you can see it. I've been working on this for about 3 years, and it's just time and money is what I had to get. You know, I had to get the time to get back on it. I had to get the money, you know, to get the materials for it. But I got it all taped off, I got it primed, I got the guide code on it, but I'll walk you around it so I can show you the body kit and what I found on the other side. You know, I want this car to be perfect. It's being painted back to the factory color, you know, blade silver. I love that color. And so let me walk you around it. As you can tell, you know, I got guide code all on it, you know. It's cheap. It's no big deal on the price. Well, it ain't cheap, it's $10 a can. But, you know, I got the ground effects on the bottom of it. You know, I got everything done, and which I don't want to be sanding anymore. I've been sanding on this car forever. You know, that's the front one. You know, I mean, it's spent a lot of money on this body kit, you know, but it don't even look like a Cobalt anymore when I hadn't had it primed the first time. But this is what I found on the back corner. See, like right here, let the camera adjust. Like right here is that's a high spot. You know, a lot of stuff's high spots. But where I seamed it at was my concern. I sprayed it heavy where the seam, like I know the seam's right here. But you see, like this right here, that's a low spot. I gotta fill that in. I got a couple low spots here. But other than that, this side looks good. And you know, I got a low spot here. This is the whole purpose of the guide coat. And then I got a spot there, got a spot there, I got a spot there, and then I also have a spot there. So as you can see, it shows you everything else. You know, the side panel here is pretty good. But this is what I found with my body kit. I had a high spot there. That came with the body kit. You know, and then I got a low spot here because on my last video, you know, sanding like this, you will find your low spot. So I'm gonna go all the way here because right here is a little low. And then I'm gonna come over, you know, all the way to the end there. And then, you know, then I got down to the bottom. Right here was all high, and, you know, I had to sand all that, you know, to get it right again. But, you know, right here is a low spot. I mean, that is the whole purpose of guide coat. If you want a perfect paint job, which I want this to be perfect because I don't know if I'm going to drive it or sell it. I mean, I just don't know. I mean, I love the car. I bought the car for this reason. Motor's tweaked up. I got the full adjustable suspension in it, you know. I mean, it's a really nice car, you know. But I'm going to show you on this side, on the passenger back corner of how you sand it, because you just don't go back and forth. You got to crisscross, and I mean, you got to do all kinds of stuff. So stay tuned. I'm going to get you set up, and then we'll go from there. Alright, I'm back. Alright, the parts I was concerned about, I sprayed heavy, you know, because I know the lines right here on this car. Now I'm going to be sanding this way and this way like an X pattern, and then I'll be going back and forth and up and down. The whole idea with that is, one, you get a nice even sand, and two, it won't clog up your sandpaper. You don't push hard. It's only guide coat. The other side, you know, I had to go deeper and sand more, you know, because the cheap primer that I first used, the black, you know, up underneath it just to cover it, you know, it didn't want to mix right. So I had some fish eyes and everything else I had to take care of. But the line's right here. It goes from here and then goes all the way up. So that's why it's darker here, and I want to make sure that line's not there. So you don't push hard at all. I'm using a 150 grit. I couldn't find 180. I guess in this town where I'm at, you know, certain stuff is hard to come by. But as you can see, it's an X pattern. It's taking more off, more evenly. See, and then I'll go like this. You gotta make sure you got a sanding block. You know, I'm using a small one right now because it's just a small area. And as you can see my line right here coming through. You know, I got a high spot here, low spot here, but it looks like this is gonna be the same dip like on the other side, but that's part of the fiberglass kit, you know, that for it. Now, as you can see, my line's disappearing, which that's a good thing. But you can tell that this spot here ain't really sanding out. You know, I got a small line right here, and then that part's not really sanding out. This part is the body. This side is the fiberglass, you know, kit. But this may be saying, I may be able to sand this part out because it is on the body side, but then you gotta watch it, because if you sand down too far, then you know you're weakening the seam and everything. Because you know, you don't just do that much of the body, you gotta come out wide to make it all blend in. And as you can tell, I found a high spot. I'm gonna zoom in on that. See, I found a high spot right there. And you know, that black line's a dip right there. That line's a dip. And then you got another dip right there. So, I already know that's a high spot, and I already know I got two dips just on this side. Alright, now you're going to see the difference more. I'm going to wipe it off with dry rag first. And then I'm going to wipe it with wet rag just so you can see what I'm talking about. Alright, let me try and zoom in for you. Actually, let me pop you off. Hold on a second. Alright, now I'm going to show you it up close so I can explain a little better. Let the camera focus. See, I got a high spot here. That's part of the body kit. This is all low right here. No matter how much sanding I'm doing, it's not coming down. All right here is low spot. That spot there, I'm going to the surface primer and the clear coat. Let me get my camera focused. So you got to be cautious because you know you don't really want to go past the sealer, but sometimes you got no choice. But that's the purpose of the guide coat. This part here, it may sand out still. That might still sand out. You know, some of it will sand out, but you can tell where your low spots are. Now on this side here, let me wipe it down real quick. I had a paint issue on this side. So I had to switch to 120 for this side. And on this side, see that's going past the sealer. Almost all this black stuff here is going past the sealer, but I don't know if you can see it, but how the paint looks funny right here, that's that cheap primer that I used. So I had to go deeper to fix it all. As you can tell, you know, that's all original primer all right here. But I'm gonna come back and re-sand that with 150, then re-sand the whole car 220. But see, that's the low spot. See right here, that line I was telling you about? That's where the bottom body kit meets the original car. So I know I got an issue here. Definitely got an issue here. I had another high spot there, you know. And then like I said down here, you know, got a few little low spots on the wheel wall here, which if I wanted to sand it back down to the metal I could, but I got filler here too. And then, you know, that turned out pretty good right there. You know, right here, imperfection of the paint. The primer, the old primer meeting the new sealer and primer. But that's the whole purpose of guide coat. At the end, I'll show you the products I use. Stuff's high. It's expensive right now. Man, I use a half a gallon of sealer on that, and I pay $1.40 a gallon, you know. But it's a sealer primer type deal. Guide coat was like 10 bucks, you know, which is pretty high. But I buy it as I need it because I don't use it every day. But I'm gonna get the rest of the sanded down, and I'll be back with you, and we'll do the walk around with the, you know, every low spot I find. I'm gonna put some spot putty in it to refill it, you know. So stay tuned. I'll be back. Hey, I've been on this for 6 hours now, and I think I went a little crazy with the guide coat. I got the one side done really good. I'm actually finding more imperfection in the body kit than I am on the car itself. I'm gonna show you what I got done doing it all by hand. I mean, it takes a while. So let me show you what I got done so far. So far, I got like from there coming back, but everything's looking good, especially on this side. You know, that little black that's showing through, that's the old primer that I'm hitting, you know. But I mean, so far, you know, I got a couple little spots there. I got a spot putty, some imperfection on the body, on the kit itself, because you can see the high spots, you know, coming through. But what I was shocked about the body kit is that, you know, we got that was a big old high spot there, and all down here was all messed up. I had to sand it down all the way. Looks like there's still a little few spots I gotta get, you know. And then, you know, of course, I started this side earlier before I started recording, just so I can show you. But I'm gonna hit this with the 150 grid, you know, to make sure. But that's why sometimes paint jobs cost a bit much, you know. I got a feeling I'm gonna paint it, then put all the body parts back on it, and wet sand with 600 grit, and probably paint it again. So this way I got that perfect look to it. It's Saturday. It's about 6 o'clock. I'm ready to go home. I guess I'll get back on it Monday, and then see where I'm at by Monday night. You know, hopefully by Monday night I can reprime it. But it's a lot of work to get something right and something perfect. That's why paint jobs cost so much. You know, that's one reason why black paint costs so much, because sometimes you gotta spray black paint 3 times, you know, to get that finished glass look, you know. Last time I knew a black paint job, jet black, perfect, would cost you about $6,000, and it'd be flawless, looking like glass. But it's Brother Chad, G.C.B. Don't forget to like, share, leave some comments, good comments, bad comments, I don't care, you know. I mean, comments are just comments. It's like back in the day, you know. I'm rubber, you glue. Whatever you say, bounce off me, stick to you, you know. So I don't care what kind of comments, but I'll be back Monday, and then we'll see where I'm at by Monday night. Have a good night. Brother Chad back, G.C.B. Giving you an update. Been saying the guide code off for got 12 hours in it so far. Show you what I got done and what I found so far. There's the passenger side. You know, a few little spots. But that's the whole purpose of painting, of using the guide coat. Because once you sand it off, you know, this is what you get. This is what you find. You know, right here in my seam, you know, I mentioned that about my seam before. You know, I was concerned about that. But the driver door had a bunch of little dings and dents in it, you know. But so far, it ain't as bad as I thought, you know. Right there's another seam, you know, that goes right here. But all in all, it's turned out pretty damn good. You know, yeah, I still got gag coat on the front. So I went a little ape crazy with the gag coat. So it's taking longer to sand, but I want this to be a perfect paint job. Still haven't touched the hood yet, you know, it's fiberglass. I know there's gonna be a lot of issues with that. But that's why grade A paint jobs are so much, you know. A good paint job, you can shave your face in the paint, because it's like a mirror. This is Brother Chad with the update. Stay tuned. G.C.B. Gangsta Custom Builds.